What would New York be without its skyline? And what would the skyline be without its iconic skyscrapers, towering hundreds of feet into the air? The NYC skyline has been under much discussion recently as new technology has allowed buildings to get taller and taller. New York's tallest building, One World Trade Center, wrapped construction just a few years ago. And a slew of other skyscrapers, many of them designed to hold luxury condos, are being planned and will shake up the list of the city's tallest buildings as they open in the coming years. But for now, this list holds a mix of historic icons, including the Empire State and Chrysler buildings, and flashy newcomers like 432, Park Avenue and 157. From the financial district to Midtown, here are the top 10 towers that dominate the most iconic skyline in the world. The Four Seasons Hotel, also known as 30 Park Place, is a hotel and residential skyscraper in Tribeca, Manhattan. At 937 feet, the property is the tallest residential building downtown, offering residents panoramic views of the Midtown skyline and New York Harbor. Upon opening, the 82-story building holds both hotel and condo units at, unsurprisingly, very high prices. Prices for the penthouses start at $29.5 million, in case you're wondering. The amenities for this tower are impressive and include a double-height conservancy that will hold a baby grand piano. Pine Street was another 1930s skyscraper in the running, alongside the Chrysler and Empire State buildings, to become the tallest building in the world. Although it did not get as high as either building, it remained the tallest building in Lower Manhattan until the 1970s construction of the Twin Towers. Upon opening in 1932, the office tower was celebrated for its observatory, an open-air platform enclosed in glass. It also featured a number of innovative features for the time, including escalators that connected lower floors and the city's first double-deck elevators. From the 1970s through 2009, the building traded hands a number of times and was used as the headquarters for a variety of companies. Eventually, a developer decided to convert the building to luxury rental apartments, which started leasing in 2015. Alongside One World Trade Center, this skyscraper is part of the redevelopment of the World Trade Center complex post-September 11. Those are not the only two skyscrapers expected for the area. Both 2 World Trade Center and 3 World Trade Center are expected to surpass number 4 in height. Groundbreaking for this building happened in 2008, and it opened with office and retail space in 2013. The architect, Fumihiko Maki, said he wanted to design a minimalist tower, which he accomplished with a sleek glass facade as well as a podium space that helps activate the streetscape of the World Trade Center complex. #157 is notable as the first super-tall residential building to be constructed in New York. It was only the tallest residential tower in the city for a few months before 432 Park Avenue surpassed Indiana height. It opened in 2014 as a condo/hotel hybrid with, much like 432 Park Avenue, mind-bogglingly high prices. The sale of a duplex penthouse in 2015 for $100.4 million shattered the record for the highest price paid for a residence in New York and also marked the first time anybody had paid more than $100 million for a home in the city. While the interior of the apartments are pure luxury, the look of the facade has always been up for debate. Many critics consider the wavy, blue facade less than pleasing to the eye. This skyscraper, of course, gets its name from its main tenant, the New York Times. The Times Square location is important. The newspaper first moved to the area in 1904 and actually gave Times Square its name. The 52-story project was announced in 2001 with the starchitect Renzo Piano at the helm. When it opened in 2007, it was hailed for its many sustainable design features. Chrysler Building only stood as the world's tallest building for 11 months before it was surpassed by the Empire State Building. While this iconic Art Deco tower is often overshadowed by the Empire State, it remains one of the finest buildings in the New York skyline. It was designed specifically for the headquarters of the car manufacturer, Chrysler Corporation, which would occupy space in the tower until the 1950s. The building was decked out with distinctive ornamentation based on features also found on Chrysler automobiles. Its iconic 185-foot spire was kept a secret by the architects as the building was under construction, and it was added to the top of the building in a mere 90 minutes. The construction pace of the Chrysler was so fast, in fact, that the builders managed to add 4 new stories to the tower every week before it opened in 1930. The Bank of America Tower flies under the radar as far as iconic NYC skyscrapers go. The office tower opened in 2007, just opposite Bryant Park. Passers-by may recognize the building more for its urban garden room, a lush ground floor mezzanine open to the public, than the actual architecture of the tower. This skyscraper is more notable, in fact, for how eco-friendly it is. The tower is considered one of the most efficient in the world thanks to airtight insulation, a rainwater capture system and the use of recycled materials. There are even 2 honeybee hives maintained on the building. When it opened, it was the first skyscraper to ever attain a Platinum LEED certification. Perhaps the most iconic skyscraper of the group, the Empire State Building is recognized around the world as the embodiment of New York architecture. Even its name derives from the nickname of New York, Empire State. The 102-story tower was completed in 1931 in the Art Deco style as part of an intense competition in New York to construct the world's tallest building. Upon opening, the Empire State Building surpassed its competitors 40, Wall Street and the Chrysler Building to become the tallest building in New York, a title it would hold for 40 years until the Twin Towers opened in the 1970s. While most floors are filled with office space, the Empire State Building features one of the most popular outdoor observatories in the world. More than 110 million people have traveled up to the 86th and 102nd floors to decks considered as legendary as the building itself for stunning views of the city. The title for New York's tallest residential tower belongs to 432 Park Avenue, a skyscraper visible everywhere from Washington Heights to Crown Heights. Its striking appearance has as much to do with its height as its width. The base of the so-called skinny tower measures just 94 square feet. The design, too, has been hotly debated. The tower's architect, Raphael Binoli, said he was inspired by a trash can designed by the architect Joseph Hoffman. But nothing gets as much attention as the sky-high prices for the condos that occupy this sky-high building. The dollar tag for an 8,255 square foot penthouse, now the highest residence in New York City. A cool $95 million. One World Trade Center was one of the most momentous construction projects in New York City history. This was the building that replaced the World Trade Towers destroyed in the attacks of September 11. Construction began in 2006, and by 2012, the structure had surpassed the height of the Empire State Building. Once the skyscraper's spire was added, in 2013, it became the tallest building in the Western Hemisphere. Not without a little controversy, though, as some debated if the building's spire counted toward the actual height of the building. With the spire, its height is a direct reference to the year the Declaration of Independence was signed. Today, the 104 floors hold office space, occupied by New York heavyweights like Condé Nast, as well as a 360-degree observation deck on the 102nd floor. Thanks for watching. Subscribe the channel for new videos.